Hey guys, Zuri here. So I just got off the phone with a client, and interesting situation. So she deploys her perfect client pipeline, and within the space of 2 weeks, she gets 100 phone calls booked, 100 people interested in working with her. Amazing, right? Dream come true. Well, then this happened. She very quickly realized that a lot of those people were the worst possible prospects. Like, couldn't have been further away from her perfect clients. And so obviously we talked about, making some adjustments to her pipeline and the way she's attracting people and talking them through that whole process so that she only gets the best people on the phone. But here's the thing is that she felt really, really down. And it's kind of normal, right? You expect something amazing to happen and then it doesn't. And listen, I get that. I mean, if you've ever experienced that, you're not alone. I remember my first big product launch. This is back in 2009. I said it was going to be the biggest thing ever, 7-figure launch. I made a lot of big promises to a lot of people. And long story short, at the end of the 5-day launch, we made a grand total of $5,000. Now, after affiliate commissions were paid out, I walked out of that with about $1,250, which is really not a lot of money considering I spent about 7 months putting this whole thing together. And talk about bottom of the barrel moments. I was about to just say, you know what am I doing? What is this all about? This is ridiculous. Lo and behold, I learned an important lesson there. I learned a lot of important lessons when it comes to marketing and offers, etc., from that experience and then beyond. But most importantly, what I want to share with you here is what's happening up here. Because I promise you, no matter what strategy you're using, no matter what tactics you're deploying, there are examples of countless people who are doing the same thing or something very similar, who are crushing it, and others who are not. And what's the difference if they're doing the same thing, more or less? The difference is what's up here. And what's up here can either move us forward or hold us back. Fear, we are all going to experience. But for some people, fear completely paralyzes them and stops them dead in their tracks. And if that happens, well, that's really unfortunate, because what that means is that all the people you could be serving are going to suffer. They're going to suffer because you let fear stand in your way of moving forward. And then there are people who understand that, yes, there is fear, right? I'm not too sure what to do here. I'm lost, but I will figure out a way. I will figure out a way to make this work. And that's what I want to encourage you to think about. I want to encourage you. My dog Layla is about to attack another dog, so I'm just going to get her under control here. I want to encourage you to think bigger. I want you to think about really what matters most. Like Winston Churchill once said famously, never, ever, ever give up. The biggest determinant of your success is your decision to never give up. Because you might launch something, you might put an offer out to market, and no one cares about it, right? Maybe it flops, maybe it does well, I don't know. But just because it doesn't work once, does that matter? Does that mean it's not going to work the second time if you make some adjustments? Listen, Colonel Sanders, the story goes, pitched the idea of KFC to almost 1,000 people, and they all said no. But there was one person who eventually said yes. And despite the fact that KFC is toxic garbage for our health, it's gone on to do pretty well. The story of Ray Kroc and McDonald's is the same, right? A guy selling all sorts of different widgets and appliances for 30 years, going door to door, doing okay, but never really hitting a home run. Along comes McDonald's, and he blows it out of the water, becoming one of the wealthiest men in the world in the space of a couple years in his mid to late 50s. So no matter what is happening in your business, I always, always, always want you to remember that it can get better. And that when you look back on this time a couple months or a couple years down the road, you're actually going to have a smile. You're going to have a laugh about it. Because really in the greater context, it's not that big of a deal, right? The worst thing that can possibly happen is really not that bad if you really think about it. I've been in some really bleak situations in my life. And when I look back on them now, I'm extremely grateful for all of them. Because I would not have the strength and resolve and wisdom and courage that I now have had I not gone through all that stuff. So bless the challenges, because they're going to make you stronger and you're going to become a better version of yourself and build a better business as a result of them. So listen, if you need someone to support you and you need a better system to move through challenges or hopefully prevent many of them from happening, and you want to get more clients, you're ready to grow your business, you're a health entrepreneur, you've got amazing magic, but you just need a better system and the right coaching to help you deploy it and get in front of more people, then here's what I want you to do right now. Go to workwithyuri.com. On that page, I want you to book a time to speak with us. We're going to ask you a few questions on the form to get a better sense of where you're at in business, where you want to go. And then on the following page, once you've submitted your time to talk with us, you're going to see a bunch of case studies of people just like you who have done some pretty amazing things with our help. I want you to take a moment on that page and just watch some of those case studies, because it'll inspire you and show you what's possible when you really have the right system or right coaching and the right mindset to help you achieve what it is you want. So go ahead, do that now. Workwithyuri.com is the place to go. But this is only for those of you who are serious, who are ready to hit the ground running now, where you know you're in a situation that has to change now, not in a year from now, but now. You understand that your situation is not as good as you think it is, and what you're doing is simply not working. If you're ready to move forward and do something that actually works, then go to workwithyuri.com and we'll see you there.